Diesel 10 and Diesel were talking together at the Sodor Power Plant. Diesel 10 was reassuring Diesel that it was okay to be called Mr. Oily, as he had heard from Paxton what recently happened at Brendam Docks. He was telling Diesel to be very, very nice to the Steamies, especially to the one called the Rocket.
See you later, Rattler.
Knowing that Sir Topham Hatt was on his way to the Sodor Power Plant, Diesel hurried on his way to finish his jobs, while Diesel 10 wanted to look very, very busy. Sir Topham Hatt went to the Sodor Power Plant to congratulate the Diesels on the great job with the power plant and more recently, Sodor's pumpkin patch. Diesel 10 was especially pleased because he wanted more assignments to be handled by Diesels as opposed to Steamies.
Well done.
Sir Topham Hatt then thought that it would be a good idea to let the Diesels continue to set up activities for the Sodor Halloween Festival. Thomas and Percy were not happy because the Halloween Festival was to be held at Ulfstead Castle and they wanted to see Stephen and Millie again. Sir Topham Hatt reminded Thomas and Percy that there was plenty of work for everyone, including taking the children to the castle for the festival. Later, at Tidmouth's shed, the Steamies started talking and wondering why the Diesels were being so nice and helpful lately. Gordon thought it was about time the Diesels started holding their own and
I'm
being
the brightest
useful.
red engine on Sodor.
Henry said he did not trust the Diesels.
Bubbling boiler.
James and Emily thought that they were trying to gain more
A
recognition.
steady engine is a really useful engine.
Edward heeded words of caution while Toby, Thomas, and Percy looked sad and puzzled. The next morning was the day of the festival.
I'm on my way.
Toby, Thomas, and Emily were at Natford loading up passengers to go to Ulfstead Castle. They were excited because they were going to get to see Stephen and Millie again on the castle grounds. Gordon was waiting for Percy to bring his express coaches. Sir Topham Hatt then arrived on Wednesday, and he informed everyone that the Diesels would be transporting the passengers to Ulfstead Castle, and the Steamies could take the passengers after the festival back to the pumpkin patch. This made the Steamies very angry. Diesels were getting more fun jobs than the Steamies. Gordon
Express
then
coming through.
smirked and pulled out slowly with the express. Just then, Diesel, Paxton, Airy, and Bert arrived. Soon, they were joined by Charlie and Diesel 10. Charlie was going to help Stephen host the festival at Ulfstead Castle.
I wonder.
But Airy was to take Emily's coaches, Bert was to take Henrietta, and Diesel was coupled up to Annie and Clarabelle. Diesel 10 smirked as he followed Charlie up the hills to Ulfstead Castle. Thomas went to Percy and told him to be on the lookout, because he was going to go to Ulfstead Castle to see what the Diesels were up to. Charlie arrived at Ulfstead Castle and met Stephen the Rocket for the very first time.
I'm Cheeky Charlie.
Sir Topham Hatt was there greeting passengers with Stephen. Diesel 10 and Diesel arrived with passengers on Annie and Clarabelle.
Well done.
As it was getting
All
dark,
time.
Thomas arrived and was amazed at the job the Diesels had done to Ulfstead Castle grounds.
Cinders and
Even
ashes.
though he was still skeptical of the Diesels, he had fun with Stephen and Charlie as they sped around the castle grounds watching the children enjoy the Halloween festival. But he wasn't quite sure why Diesel 10 was so interested in Stephen the